What's up, Sagittarius? This is going to be your love reading, December 2021. Holler at your boy for one-on-one reading. As always, feel free to like, share, follow, subscribe. Hop over to the Patreon and get part 2 of this reading. Part 2 is exclusively only for Patreon members. It's only $3 a month to subscribe to the Patreon. Like I said, one-on-one readings are always available over video, phone, chat, messenger, whatever you feel most comfortable with. Email, written text readings are $5 a question. Check out the Run and Gun Tarot Instagram, the Run and Gun Tarot TikTok, and let's jump into it. Highest possible messages for Sagittarius, love December 2021. Say it with me. I'm happy, I'm whole, I'm complete, I'm excited, I'm grounded. Excitement, exciting is something that's kind of standing out for me. I think that, you're going to want to kind of, what's the word? Hold on, let me just turn on the air because it's getting kind of hot in here. But I think you're going to want to kind of, what's the word? Maintain enthusiasm, Sagittarius. Not only just for, what you can expect love-wise, but just for the sake of, it's always good to kind of stay in that frequency of excitement and expectation without being let down, not trying to get something from the excitement or from putting out the emotional energy of manifestation, tuning into happiness, excitement, wakefulness and all that stuff, not really kind of being bogged down by the external circumstances, but realizing the reward is the after fact, the kind of it's like they're the credits at the end of the movie, but all the richness of it is in the actual movie itself, So if you're lucky enough to be able to pursue, who or what you believe in, then, that's the kind of blessing in and of itself. But emphasis on excitement when I was just kind of trying to raise my own vibe and go through, all that before you're reading. But let's see what cards want to come out to try to kind of confirm this. Okay, Seven of Wands in the upright. This is somewhat of a combative energy. This is feeling as though you have to, fight for something, or you're on the defensive. This is Leo energy. It could be prideful related. You want to remove yourself from the subjectivity of this circumstance, is what's being said here, Sagittarius. It's bringing foundational instability with the King of Pentacles in reverse. With the Two of Cups in reverse, it's a falling out energy, something zapping your power, whether it's forcing you to be in a tyrannical position or whether it is just you literally giving your focus and attention away from what it is that you're trying to manifest. You might be looking to cut ties with the Five of Swords after the Magician card in regards to the home front, Sagittarius. This is going to obviously heavily affect your love. I think that you feel like you've been maybe being put in check and being forced to move forward in this kind of lack state or poverty consciousness, but you're really about this expansion and this abundance. You're not really trying to be forced to move in a way that you don't really believe in or you don't believe is sustainable. So I think what you're going to do is you're going to kind of light up the world. You're going to light up your universe and you're going to raise your vibration and you're going to overcome, but in this effortless fashion, in this sense of this kind of hidden mind's eye perception of how you walk and how you move, and in this kind of elevated kind of vibration is what I'm getting, where anything's possible, where the right job finds you, the right relationship finds you, and you're really kind of just hooking it up, and you're cleaning up your environment, and you're blessing all the energy around, but also kind of juggled and managed with not expecting to see it in this physical result oriented way, but rather it's like trying to see the code in the matrix. all of that power is in the eye of the observer, you know. Um, and I think that you are, even maybe just by this reading, being affected. Your awareness is being kind of increased, and you're starting to not see things as how they are in a weird way. You're because you don't control everything in the physical realm. Obviously, your neighbors across the street could be drab and shitty or whatever, but it's almost as if you don't see that. You're seeing from the place of the eternal now. You're seeing, what could be, and you're tuning and tapping into that, and that's becoming a feedback loop to inform that, like, this, it's nothing. And you're not basing your kind of receiving input on this kind of concrete physical realm. You're more so seeing everything from this eye of the eternal space where there's no limitation, and you're only just seeing where you want to be. And even that might not have, like, these cleanly folded and creased corners of acuteness in the vision, but which is why it's more so of like this kind of like, walking through walls type, where it's like this kind of just 360 degrees of like influence where it goes beyond, physical limitations. And it's almost like, you're walking in this like eternal now, is what I'm getting, which is very cool because it's like self-creating, and I think a lot of it is like informed by like belief, and it doesn't matter that you may not know exactly where you're going with the Page of Wands in reverse, because where you're going is based on how you're feeling, but not in the sense of like I'm receiving feeling messages, I'm being told how to feel or anything like that. It's how you're creating to feel, which is like everything's in your favor, everything's going perfectly as planned. And inevitably, again, it's going to be reflected in, whether you're establishing a new home life environment, or whether you're able to, create something beautiful for the holidays, or help create something beautiful for the holidays. Because like on this channel, what I'm teaching you guys is essentially, we're no longer kind of like riding with whatever emotions come up and just bubble up. Those are reactionary. We're more so riding on like creating. We're not feeding into or reacting off of emotions or thoughts that come up. And if we are, then we're not taking it personal, and we're cutting it off as soon as we can, especially if they don't serve us. So that's kind of how we're moving. It's very heady, it's very spiritual, it's very kind of like walking into the code of the Matrix, but you're at that level where you're creating your life, and you're lighting up your universe, and and you believe and you trust that, and over anything that you have access to that source, to that universal source, that quantum, like splitting atoms, type energy that could really change this physical realm. So if that's the case, and if we all have access to like atom splitting atomic bomb type energy, then that everything is tingent on or hinging on or contingent on, or whatever the right word is. It's based on dreaming a pretty dream. And you could do that, Sag. I know you could do that. Okay, so we're gonna jump over to part 2, and we're gonna talk more shit. Love December 2021, and we'll see what else wants to come up. So, subscribe to Patreon. It's only $3 a month. You're really lighting up the universe by doing that. You're raising the frequency and the vibe of the tribe by allowing me to kind of keep on spewing and spitting out good energy. So, I appreciate you for that. Let's go over to part 2 on Patreon. Link below. See you below. Peace.